Hello everybody and welcome to my review of the LEGO Star Wars 75347 TIE Bomber. This set came out in January of 2023 with 625 pieces and includes 4 minifigures, them being a TIE pilot, Vice Admiral Sloan, Darth Vader, and a Gonk droid. It is also a 40th year anniversary set of the Return of the Jedi. To start off the minifigures, we have Darth Vader. This Darth Vader is in 2 sets, being the Emperor's Throne Room and this one. The top of the helmet was made in 2015 and has been in 15 sets so far. The bottom part of the helmet was made in 2022 and has been in 4 other sets so far. The head of the Darth Vader was originally produced in 2023, being in 2 other sets, which are the Emperor's Throne Room and the Darth Vader's mech. The cape was introduced in 2022, being in 2 other sets than this one, being the Dark Troopers Attack and the Emperor's Throne Room. The body was originally introduced in 2020, being in 6 other sets, and the legs were also introduced at the same time in 2020, being in 9 other sets. The discrepancy between the legs and the body's sets is because for the advent calendars, they used the legs but gave Darth Vader a Christmas sweater. Now, for the looks of this minifigure, I think this Darth Vader looks really great and honestly has no flaws. I mean, the 2-piece helmet is a great ingenious idea and looks beautiful. The head looks very beautiful with all of the nice wrinkle details and the burn marks, along with the back being more of the wrinkles and burn marks. The cape is a very nice material and looks very good on him. And after the cape, the body, I really like how the body looks. The arm printing is truly nice on it, as you can see. It has all of the nice lines with the pauldrons on it. The front also has really nice details. Mine, it does not have any printing errors, and it just looks very beautiful. And the arm printing on this side is the same as on the left. The back of the figure isn't too crazy though. It's just some wrinkles of his suit and the back of his pauldrons. Now, as you can see here, the legs do not have double-sided printing. It is just printed on the front, being the lines of his cape and the other details in his legs. Overall, I think this is a very good Darth Vader figure. I really don't have any complaints. The detail's very nice, and the printing looks good as well, and the helmets are always nice on these newer Darth Vaders. The next minifigure I will talk about is the Gonk droid. The only really piece I will talk about specifically on here is the printed piece that has the Empire logo and the text on the back with the other Empire logo on the side. This piece is not actually unique. It has been in 1 other set since being introduced in 2022, and that is the UCS Razor Crest. Other than the specific piece counts, I think this cute little guy is very perfect for this set, and I'm really happy that they put it in. It's always such a really nice and simple build to get, and I have no complaints about it. Next minifigure is Vice Admiral Sloan. For the pieces, the hair piece was originally made in 2019 and has been in 2 other sets so far. The first one being the Inferno Squad Battle Pack from Battlefront, being Eden Versio's hair, and the other one being the Lego City main square set, being the limo driver's hair. The next 2 pieces of this minifigure are unique, being the face and the body, and the legs are the old 2001 gray legs that have been in 283 other sets so far. Now, about the overall looks of this figure, I think it looks very good. Looking at some pictures here, it looks very accurate to the movies, and I think they did a very good job on the printing on the body, the face, and the back of the body as well. Her head does not have double printing. It is just on the front, being her face, but the body itself does have back printing, being the other side of her jacket. But yeah, though it's a simple minifigure, I'm really impressed with how Lego did it, and I'm really happy that they gave her 2 unique pieces, being the head and the body. The next minifigure is the TIE Pilot, which is almost exactly the same to the one in the Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor set. The only difference being the head is a normal head that was made in 2012, being in 73 other sets. The helmet, body, and legs are all made in 2023 and are only in the Fang versus TIE Interceptor set. Other than where these pieces came from, I think this minifigure looks very good. I really like the helmet printing, and the body printing for its oxygen tanks are very good. The belt is also very clean. The printing on the legs on the front look very nice as well. And the helmets on these guys always look really cool. As you can see, this figure does not have dual printed legs, but it does have a double-sided printed body showing the back of the TIE pilot. Now, since the face is just a normal Lego face, I have nothing really to complain about on that part, as they are just implying it is another normal dude in the Star Wars galaxy. Other than that, though, I think this figure looks very good, very clean, and very nice in this set. Next up for the review is the builds, and we will first be talking about the smaller one of the two builds, being the missile trolley carrier. I think this is a really cool addition to this set and kind of makes it stand out from all of the other TIE ship sets, being the TIE Interceptor and the just regular TIE Fighter. Having this showcases its uniqueness, carrying the bombs, because the other ones obviously don't have bombs. And it's just a really nice little cool addition to it. The build itself is very simple. It's just one large plate with these two pieces, the seat piece and some other pieces, and then the snot pieces and the other pieces on here as well. You can put a driver onto the top of it. I like to put the TIE pilot because you wouldn't make a Vice Admiral or Darth Vader drive the bomb carrier. Just seems disrespectful to your superiors. So I like to have the TIE pilot put them into his own ship so he does all the work. It's kind of funny to me, but it also makes the most sense because you can't have the Gonk droid drive it out of all of the other minifigures. He looks pretty nice laid in there and is very good. It does have the clear inverted circles on it, so it does glide very smoothly on your tables, so it is great for a play feature. And other than this set has some great play features in the main build back here as well. Now onto what you all have been waiting for, the actual TIE bomber. First, we'll start off with the unique pieces in the build, one being the small cockpit windshield right here, and the other being this dome piece covering the other side. The other two unique pieces in this build are these on each side of the wings, this small flat round tile right there with the print on it. And some of you might be thinking, but isn't that just the same one as in the TIE Fighter build from 2020? Actually, it's not. If you take a closer look at them, I will put them side by side here. You can see the difference in them. The middle part right here and here are actually different pieces. This one has more circular parts in it, and that is a hexagon. Although there are some other few differences, that is the main one. Next up are the play features on the build. First off, you got the two stud shooters right here that shoot their 1x1 tile pieces, not studs, as you can see, because they are flat. And then you have the cockpit opening and closing, so you can put a figure in there. And then the last, most coolest playset feature are the bombs. As you can see from the top right here, you just push down on that, and then the bombs drop down. And then all you got to do to put them back is flip this bad boy over, or just hold it up higher and put these in stem first. Actually, I forgot about this when I said 3 play features earlier. There's actually one more at the bottom of the ship. You can see it dangling down right there. And that is the landing gear. All you got to do when you have it down on the table like this is whip it out like that, because it is on 2 pulley pieces. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is one of the pieces that you usually have for signs when you want to turn it up and down. And then all you got to do is lay it out like so. And then when you're done with it, or you want to make it fly, you just reach under, pull up like that, and boom, it is done. It is a little fragile though, so if you pull too hard, it will pop off. I will showcase that right here. You just pop it off like that. It is only connected by 2 studs, so do make sure to be careful on that point. Now for my opinion on the build itself. I actually had a fun time building this. Nothing was too difficult, so if you do want to get it for one of your kids, I do recommend it. It is very cool. Yeah, the build was pretty easy. I just had trouble finding some pieces sometimes because, again, it's all gray and black, so that can be a little difficult. But very fun build. Not to mention this set looks beautiful. I mean, I really like how this set looks. It's very sleek. The wings look very nice on this thing, especially when you look at it from an angle, not just straight on. It does look good still straight on. The cockpit is very nice. I will put a minifigure in there to show you. One thing about this though, Darth Vader will not fit in the cockpit. That is one thing I don't like. The reason is because his helmet is too tall. So even if, when you sit him down and try to do everything you can, he will still not fit in there. And he goes in there just like that. Easy open, easy close. Bada bing, bada boom. One problem I do have with this cockpit though is it is not perfectly centered. I don't know if it's something I did when I built it, but it can get stuck on the sides because it is a little wiggly right there, being only held on by 2 or 3 studs. But yeah, I really like the front cockpit windshield, how they did the circle and then put this on top. It is unfortunate that it isn't see-through, but you had to do that to get this buffered look. I do like this part here. I do wish you could put a minifigure in there to control the bombs, because I do think this vehicle is a 2-seater. Yes, this vehicle does hold 2 people. You have one in the cockpit and one here. Unfortunately, even if you do take off this piece, there is no room to put another minifigure, which I do think is unfortunate. But to have the stability of this build, you kind of have to live with it. And speaking of the stability, it is very stable, top heavy. It will wiggle a little bit, but that's because the wings on this thing are held together by 3 Technic pins. So if you have those touching the ground first, which you obviously should, it will look like that and wiggle a little bit. They might come loose a little bit if you wiggle it side to side, but all you got to do is just press back in and they will pop right back into place. And for the stability of the wings themselves, even though they are held on by 6 connections right here, I don't think they'd fall off very easily. I think they are very sturdy. I don't think they'll break off. All of the pieces are connected together very nicely, so I don't think anything will happen even if you play with it, unless you drop it. Now for the looks on the back, I really do like the 2 studs on the rear for each side. It does look very nice. This is probably one of the cleaner looking back sides of a TIE ship. It is hard to make the back of a circle look good, and for this opportunity they had a cylinder, so it's a little easier to round it off. And for the next most important test, obviously you have the swooshability. You can hold it from either one of these cylinders and it will be perfectly fine. You can also hold it from the middle. You just have to make sure to not press these stud shooters down, and it will be perfectly fine. It is a great swooshable build, and honestly, for my final thoughts on this thing, I think this is a great set. Even at the $65 price point, I think it is still worth it to get this thing. You can find it on sale sometimes for about $52, but even then, at the $65 price point, I think this is a perfect build if you want to get someone a little bigger of a gift than a battle pack or a small starship. I think it is well worth your time to build this. It looks super cool. It is a very nice display set. I already put it up on my shelves earlier and looks great next to my TIE fighter. For a numerical review of this thing, I would most definitely give it a 9 out of 10. It is pretty good. The only thing that I can really knock against it is that you are not able to put a minifigure right here, and that Darth Vader cannot sit in the cockpit. But this is not called Darth Vader's TIE Bomber. It is just a regular TIE Bomber. In the end, this is a great set. If you guys made it to the end of this video, please like and subscribe. I will hope to see you guys next time, as I will be building more sets. See you then.